What is up everyone, welcome to the channel, and in this video we are going to understand how should a teenager invest his or her 50,000 in the Indian rupee as a moderate investing ability, right? So what that means is if a person has a medium risk taking ability, then where he should invest his or her money, right? So in this video we are going to understand what are the methods of investing. So without any further ado, let's get started. First thing is, having a PAN card is a mandatory. If anyone wants to start investing as a teenager, one should have a PAN card. Having a PAN card enables the facility to create and open a demat account, right? So if in terms of doing equity investment, having a PAN card is a mandatory thing. So let's get started. So there are mainly two things that we need to consider when it comes to moderate investing. The first thing is, if you have 50,000 Indian rupee and you want to invest that, and you have a moderate risk taking ability, then you should go with mid cap funds where you will get 11 to 13% return. Here I'm talking about long-term investment. It is not short-term. Like, you cannot invest for 3 to 4 years. You need to go for at least 6 to 7 years. And having a teenage, you can easily invest for 10 to 15 years, because let's say if you are investing at the age of 15, you have 10 years to establish your career, your life, and get a job and all the things. You have 10 years. That is what you have the benefit, right? So this is why, if you have the moderate risk taking ability, you should invest in mid cap funds where you will get 11 to 13% return. Now if we talk about the risk that consider, it contains a risk definitely, as we are investing in equity, right? But in the long run, if we stay invested in a good mid cap fund, there is no risk, almost 0% risk, and we will get 11 to 13% return. That is the best case scenario. And we should invest 30,000 Indian rupee if we have 50,000, right? So if we should allocate 30,000 Indian rupee in mid cap fund for at least 6 to 7 years. So now let's look at the another thing that we should invest for the long run. The second is investing equity hybrid fund. While investing in equity hybrid fund, we can easily expect 10 to 12% return, as most hybrid equity funds tends to beat normal equity fund, right? So the funds which contains 100% equity are many times not able to beat hybrid equity funds, right? So that is why you should invest in hybrid equity funds. Besides, it includes the combination of equity and debt. So what that means is, it includes 70% portion in equity and 30% portion in debt. So it eliminates a risk a lot. That is why I am considering to invest in hybrid equity funds. When it comes to time, you need to give the same time period for mid cap and hybrid equity, because if you want higher return, then you need to stay invested for long run. Besides, you should redeem your money after 4 to 5. You can redeem your money after 4 to 5 years of investment period if you have invested in hybrid equity. But if you stay invested for 6 to 7 years, as I told in mid cap funds, you will get definitely a better returns. So now let's look at what we can expect after 5, 10 or 15 years of investment period. If we consider 12% return, that is, we can easily expect if you have a moderate risk taking ability and if we have invested in mid cap and hybrid equity funds. So let's say for 5 years we will get more than 90,000 Indian rupee, and if we consider for 10 years we will get more than 165,000 Indian rupee, and if we consider 15 years of investment period, that would be around 3 lakh rupees, right? So this is how you should allocate your money if you are a teenager, right? So I hope you like this video. Do share with your friends, and I will see you in the next one.